Hey guys, it's Ike, and welcome back to another edition of Bad Ramblings, the series where I ramble on badly. Today's topic is about the anime Citrus, and now that it has ended, I thought that I might as well go back to my previous video where I made before the anime started of what I had expected from the anime, and I thought I might as well go through it and tell you whether my expectations were filled or not. In that video, I only made 2 points, and that was that I was expecting it to be a train wreck, and I was hoping that I was going to enjoy the train wreck. The second one was that the anime is going to ride on the smut, and that was how it was going to get traction, or it was going to gain traction. Did it fulfill my expectation? Yes and no. Going with the first point of it being a train wreck, yes, I had expected it to be bad, but I didn't realize that it was going to go even lower than my expectation and just say, hey, you thought that I was gonna be a train wreck? Here, hold my fucking beer. I'll show you what I can do. The quality of the anime dipped around episode 3, and towards the later episodes, they've gotten to this point where they won't even animate the background characters, the 3D models. It won't even get animated. It's just a still picture of just them in the background, and sometimes I would just let that slide. The problem is that I saw in the background just a character model in a mid-walk, and it's not even animated. Like, why would you allow it to be in a mid-walk pose if you're not going to animate them fucking walking? The body proportion and the eyes are just out of fucking control. And when I said in one of my reaction videos, I said that you would get a lot more enjoyment out of the anime if you were to just stare at their limbs, if you were to just look at their hands, or the whole feature of their faces, like where their eyes were placed. You would get a lot more enjoyment out of the anime than you should be. But I suppose my point would be that you shouldn't be able to just stare at their limbs, at their fucking neck, or their faces. I usually let it slide for the most part, but if you stare at other things and you can just see it right there, and I'm not a person who can draw, so sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about half the times. But anyways, yeah, if you can just stare at that and you're like, something is wrong with them. And it's just throughout the entire anime. It's not just a specific scene where they might have gone lazy or they needed to rush through it, but the fact that it's been consistent throughout after around like maybe episode 3. I might have to recheck the first and 2 episodes just to see, but the first episode, the quality was nice. It was okay, but again, after episode 3, it's don't even know what fucking happened there. There were scenes with tiny changes that made it feel awkward. An example would be in episode 6 when Mei and Yuzu, or at least Yuzu was dragging Mei to go see her dad's departure, and they decided to change that to where her dad is already inside the train station. He's not about to go through the whatever the fucking security gate thing is. But anyways, he's already in there, and there's just nobody in that fucking train station. There's just absolutely nobody there, and it just feels awkward. It has that emptiness feeling. One major positive thing about this anime is that it made me appreciate the manga a whole lot better. The series, the anime series, made me go through the manga, and it allowed me to read it with fresh eyes instead of the first time I read it, which was back in 2013 or 2014. So I really enjoyed having to be able to take in the story again for the second time. I did appreciate the 4th volume. Well, I didn't appreciate the whole looping shit, but I appreciated the twins a lot more than I did back when I first read it. Even though I say that it's a positive thing, it doesn't really come from the anime. It's still rooted in the manga. Now that we're kind of done with the whole train wreck thing, if I'm missing something, I'll write it in the description down below, so you should just check out my description just in case. I usually write a good amount of things if I have a lot of leftovers. But anyways, moving on to the second point, which is the smut. It is just not done correctly. Hold on, let me just grab my phone, which is the first in years, in a couple years, maybe just like 1 year, that I've been able to actually hold my phone, because this has been my recording device for a long time. But, you know, being able to hold this and have, like, notes right here, it's pretty nice. But anyways, let me read one of my notes. The kiss scene in episode 6 was a major disappointment. The one in the first episode could have been shorter. The same thing with the kiss scene between Matsuri and Mei. But hey, that's my personal opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. I like romance and kiss scene as much as the next person, but I don't like it to the point where it becomes diabolic lovers. I made the mistake of hyping up a kiss scene a la episode 6. I remember when I had first gone through that chapter with Yuzu and Mei, of them kissing in the bed, and for the first time it wasn't just one of them forcing themselves onto each other. It was actually a mutual kiss scene, a consensual kiss scene. And the way that it was drawn and just the situation of it overall, I thought it was really nice. I thought that it was a good progress on their relationship. You know, I never said this before, but the volumes of Citrus makes me laugh every time I look at it, because in the first volume of Citrus, you can kind of see Mei is the one who's putting the moves on Yuzu. But then when chapter 2 comes, you see that Mei is the one on the bottom and that Yuzu is the one who is on the top. And moving over to the third volume of Citrus, you see again that it is Yuzu who is continuing her assault onto Mei, and after that we get to volume 4 with Mei just being fed up with Yuzu's shit and just saying, "Get the fuck off of me." I love the progression of that. It's great. It just makes me want to buy the next volumes just to see that mini storyline in the cover. So that's about it with the 2 points. But anyways, I just wanted to make it clear about my standings on Citrus as a whole. I don't have a deep connection to the story. I don't see it as one of the best Yuri story that I have ever read. I'm more or less in the crowd of, I'm just continuing the series because I've been following it for the past 4 years. It's about to be 5. Maybe it is 5 right now, I don't know, but I know that it's about to be 5 years. Anyways, yeah, I've been following it for such a long time, and what else do I have to lose if I continue following the series? Other than my time and my sanity, of course. Well, that's about it. Again, if I have something else to say, I'll write it in the description down below. If I don't have anything to say, then the description box is gonna be pretty empty. Thank you for watching this video, and again, thanks to the people who followed me through the Citrus series, and, you know, major thanks to the people who've been here for a year or two. You know, I'm glad that you guys are here with me, and, anyways, if you guys like me enough and you're planning on buying something through Amazon, please click on my affiliate link before you do it. It'll help me out financially. I'm trying to raise money in order to get a studio microphone so I can start doing more anime short reviews. That's one of the major reasons why I haven't done those videos. I have a lot of scripts, I just don't have the proper mic to do it. And even though this mic itself is kind of good, it hits my breathing way too hard. And when I start doing that whole reviewing thing, I'm just breathing heavily into the mic, and it's very hard to edit it out. On the other hand, I do have my Patreon page if you want to check that out. And enough shilling. Again, for like, I don't know, the third time. Thank you for sticking with me through this. And, yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.